Yahoo!
Oh God!
Props behind the camera. We have Squares over here. He's our onlooker. Our
just here to observe.
Yeah,
See the
our
greatness.
Audience here. We have what you guys can't have.
Paper.
The supposed non-existent. Oh wait, that is an RTX 3080 FTW3 Hybrid, which is probably why we got one.
What's the significance of the FTW3?
That is the highest end one,
yeah.
except the Kingpin.
So what's the hybrid?
That's the
all-in-one cooler.
Yeah, it has an all-in-one cooler attached on.
So we got you only see one fan. That's not because it's the potato version, which they do exist with one fan. Those got overheat. This is because it has a water cooler on it, and that cools what VRMs. Let's see here what we got for the side of the box. Pretty plain, you know. And yes, this is a chonker of a box. Hand for scale, you know. We don't have a banana. We have a catnip banana probably.
There's a hat.
Here. Catnip banana for scale. That's the same thing, right?
There's a Pokemon card. You can use that.
Yeah. Here's a birthday Pikachu or flying Pikachu.
Won't drop that.
It's actually a pretty for a non-hollow. That one's actually worth a good amount of change.
Let's stand it up. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. There's flying
For
Pikachu. He's just flying so high on his catnip and his 3080 there. But yeah, this is Preston's card. FrozenSlate. We were basically planning your build to have this.
Yep.
And only.
Yep.
This. So I don't think we expected it to be this hard to get a hold of.
Yeah. No, it was not. Hoping to wait 3 months in a queue, but you know that happens.
How many minutes were you in?
I was in the 4th minute, halfway through the 4th minute of the, I guess, second initial launch. Not like the trial run of this card's launch. It was like the official.
I don't think the hybrid was in that.
I think they did it for like 2 days or something like that. They had like it was open for a very short time, and then they closed it, and then they opened it again, or something like that. But this was the main like public launch, and it was 4 minutes.
And I'm at 5:00 p.m.
Yeah.
So I think we figured out that's gonna be 6 years.
Yeah.
6 and something years till I get a 38.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think that's a little long?
Yeah.
Probably just wait for the next generation.
I just put it in because in case he didn't get it or something.
We'll still be in the queue. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, 3 months is quite a long time to wait for an 8-hour window, but hope you don't miss your email. Yeah.
And a lot of people on the Twitters were salty mother effers.
Yeah.
A lot of people were congratulatory, like the people that know us and stuff. They were like, "Oh fuck yeah," because they knew we were waiting on this thing. And I think a lot of people didn't understand that the queues were different per exact SKU. So say if you get the FTW3 Ultra, same card, air cooled,
non-hybrid.
Non-hybrid, way more people want that card.
Yeah. So
bigger
like
queue.
That one, from what I hear, that one is still on like the October launch queue.
Yep.
Not even like a couple of hours in or something like that.
But yeah, there's more people there, and the other thing is there's probably more of them.
Yeah.
So, because not that many hybrids are made.
And I think they probably make more money off of these cards.
Oh yeah.
So they're probably more willing to sell these than the other ones.
Yep. And the other thing big about the FTW3, and especially we wanted that for the hybrid, because it has, you gotta remember the all-in-one only cools the core, GPU die, and maybe the VRAM, depending on how it's made. We're not going to take it apart that far, I don't think. Till like 3 years, 2-3 years, when we got to replace the thermal paste, we might.
Yeah.
But the VRMs are cooled by this fan right here. And the reason why you want the FTW3 is that has sensors all over the board, so we'll know if we're overheating the VRMs and stuff like that. All right, we're piercing the seal here. We already registered it, so you know, do what you will with that serial number.
Smooth cut. That was a smooth cut.
It's a sharp blade. We just put that in the other day. Just kidding. Tactical, because it's Cerakoted. Tactical keychains.
8 pounds later.
Tuck XL there. I think we all rock it. Maybe I gotta get Preston with this sometime. He doesn't have one.
I think so.
Oh god, I don't want to tear the box because it's
It's worth
The box.
$1,200.
I could sell the box for $1,200. Haha.
Put a brick in it.
No, you just say box and people still bid on it.
How big of a debate will this be when there's nothing in here? It actually is some just.
Then we go on Twitter and go, EVGA Jacob.
I need help. Oh god, this box is actually inconvenient. Inconveniently
Fits too well?
big. Promise this never happens. Thank you. Oh god, it is like perfectly snug.
Oh, I was gonna make a pop. Yep. Boom.
Okay. Oh, we got another. Gotta get out the knife again.
Keychains.
Tactical keychains.
TacticalKeychains.com.
I may not always agree with his political stuff, but he makes a nice knife.
What's his political stance?
Well, he lives in the middle of nowhere.
Is he like a
So-
staunch conservative or what?
Not really, but he does believe he should be able to do whatever the fuck he wants. That's why he lives where he does, and it makes sense. I'm like, yeah, you live wherever the fuck you want.
Where does he live?
Middle, like, Missouri, mountain country now.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Mountain man, nice.
Yeah. I think it's... And we just see black foam.
Disappointing. Oh baby, there things ginormous.
Holy shit, like, we knew how big it was gonna
So-
be.
I have a cutout that is a 2.5 inch slice of vinyl that I just made as well.
That...
That looks about as
I
big as.
genuinely hope that the slice of
3090
vinyl I made
word.
is big enough. I seriously might have underestimated the amount of vinyl required. Oh my god, that's gonna be like so close. That might not be big enough actually. Based on the back of the card, because that thing is wide.
Yeah,
girthy.
that's
I think it's 5.5 inches. I think if I remember the spec, or around 5.5.
It's Pokemon card for scale, because you know, we don't have a banana.
I'm pretty certain that's as big as the 3090 ISO word.
Well, I think for the FTW3s, it's the same cooler.
Yeah.
So this packaging is nice, very nice.
It's 2-layer, because down below we have what makes the hybrid. Hybrid.
It's
Yeah.
got a radiator.
It's got its own dedicated radiator.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Christ almighty.
Yeah.
And it comes with 2 fans that
That we're not going to use.
shall be removed.
Down with RGB. Fight the power.
So, is your CPU water cooled
Yeah.
too?
Yes.
280 millirad.
Oh my god.
And this is probably the only way, because that's smaller.
Yeah.
Because there's not 3 fans in there, there's 1 plus the water cooler.
Yeah.
The 3-fan one will not fit in his case. Will not. This is how we're going to fit it.
Fucking red pinstripe.
They fixed the
Why?
butt. They fixed the butt.
Why? I hate it. I hate it so much.
So they fixed the butt because it used to have like a
They used to
McLaren
red.
stylized red smiley face, kind of like the
Yeah.
front lip on like a
Yeah.
So is the
Supercar?
power adapter on the end?
No, it's on the side. It's 3
so-
8-pins.
3 8-pin power.
He literally does not have enough cables right now.
Yeah.
You have to either borrow one of mine or.
No, I have one. I just had to. I don't have enough custom cables anymore.
That is a chonker.
This thing is about as big as my motherboard.
What board you got?
M.2 ASRock. They only make 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
We talked about that.
Go.
Oh, and the FTW3, by the way, you're guaranteed the correct thingies on the back because there's a big
that's what
thing.
I was wondering was.
FTW3 has no
I can't remember
issues.
what it was like.
I forget what they're called.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So this is the plan. I hate this red pinstripe. It clashes with everything in the case.
Yep.
So the plan is to use a vinyl cutter to cut a little bit bigger than this line, and then cut out this here, and then vinyl. This will be the vinyl that will cover that.
Because you don't want to hit the serial number and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean it'll follow this line, this wave.
We probably should make it a little bit bigger. Or are you just making it the entire bottom piece?
Just this bottom piece. Just this.
Yeah, right. You can cut that out probably too.
Yeah, well, that I have more vinyl that I was gonna cut this out.
Oh gosh.
And then you stick that.
Oh,
I can do this like really quick, like actually really quick. That's what this
application is what I'm thinking.
Well, I have transfer tape.
Okay.
Yeah, so
He's prepared.
I've done this. I've had months to plan this out.
He's Fairly.
But yeah,
Yeah.
at the end here, you guys can kind of see it. They have a glossy black.
Yeah.
That looked like the front of a McLaren, or
Yeah.
I believe, like a front
It
lip
was
of
a
a
Ronald
McLaren.
McDonald's mouth.
Yeah, that used to be red. So they fixed that.
Yeah, this like inner plastic lining.
And they actually sent. You can now pop those out too and 3D print your own if you want.
Mm-hmm.
You could put a spoiler on it.
You can also, I think you can have them send you the red one, and
Yeah,
they'll
because
send
people
it to you.
totally want the red one.
I mean, there have been people asking on Twitter for
What
it.
happened to the red one? Oh, that's gonna be so messy when we don't use this.
Yeah, I mean,
So we might try and use it. We're trying to debate: do we run the
Yeah.
fans? Because we're not using the stock fans. We can't. Like it will not fit. So we're debating whether or not we try and run the fans we are going to use off of the GPU, or if we just control them with the motherboard. What
this thing's getting heavy.
Put your thoughts down below. Well, you can flip her over.
Oh, here,
what does the
well-
other side look like?
This is the side we got first, but
Are you gonna peel it?
no, I'm waiting until I put it, like, get ready to put it in. I don't want to smudge it up.
Okay, the back is exposed, so we can. Because what we're gonna do
Well,
here's
I guess we haven't.
here's
taken
a pro tip, guys. If you need like a 2D and you want to do a laser cut or like a what we're using, the vinyl cutter, to do a 2D cut, you know how you get dimensions? Scanner. Defined flat bed, you know how big it is going to be. That will transfer directly if you do it right.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to not do it right. And there you go. That's what's that, like a standard, just
it's
normal 240
240
mil
mil rad. I think it's 25 mil if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, it doesn't like that thick, chunky
Yeah.
30 mil Corsair.
Yeah, but the chances of this graphics card, this radiator, and these fans fitting in my case, because we would run. I think we're gonna run into this configuration issue. It's gonna be tight.
Yeah, instead, here,
So-
Screws, hold that, here, cameraman, for a couple seconds here. Look at these guys. Noctua, the Austrians, and they're the by 15s. Is it focused?
Yeah, no, it is.
By 15. So what that means is they're skinny. And we did order the correct hardware for this from McMaster Car. We needed 8 bolts, and we ordered 50
I
bolts.
need to get my own picture. Just
So we're gonna go with these, or try to. We just have to determine if we want the GPU to run it or motherboard. But yeah, so we have plans. And no, we're not painting the GPU in Noctua. We could. We really could.
Beige.
Beige and brown, maybe.
I want that beige.
And these are RGB, and they're standard 3-pin ARGB. So Preston could hook it into the rest of his stuff. That's ARGB.
yeah, I could.
But the rest of our fans in the entire system are Noctua.
Yeah.
And EVGA is not known for quiet fans. They're known for
Probably cool pretty well, right?
yeah, because they're like 1 billion RPM. That's cheating. All right, and here's our look at that vent there. That's a Chungus vent there. That's slightly more than a 2-slot, I think, technically.
Yeah, I think it's 2.5. Or no, it's just like a sliver more. Right?
Yeah, just a 3 display ports and 1 HDMI,
Make room for the cat.
which is annoying for people who want to do 4 monitors with DisplayPort. RIP. Alright, well, anything else you guys want to show off or say about this beast?
Monster of the card.
And you know what? It's going to be, right now, my 2080 Ti, not overclocked, is twice as fast as his 1080.
Oh, it's almost over twice as fast. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This minimum 15 to 25% faster than a 2080 Ti stock. What I'm interested in is my 2080 Ti is overclocked like fucking balls deep.
Yeah.
I want to see what that does stock against.
Yeah. We took us. So yeah, I ran ran the Borderlands benchmark for giggles on that 1080 with, I think it was on the badass or whatever the max setting is on 4K. I think it averaged like 12 frames a second.
Oh, good.
And then I used your settings, which are pretty much the same, just like a couple of things.
We knocked off no AA, no motion blur, turned down the grass and the fog a little bit. And on a 2080 Ti, you can play 4K 60 with those settings. Basically maxed out.
I think you said you were at like 72 frames a second about.
Yep.
It was like 20 on the 1080.
Now, mind you, like when we were saying stock, that was running like a very heavy overclock to get 72. Even stock, I was hitting 60 with the 2080 Ti. And my overclock is netting me somewhere between 20 and 30% increase. But remember, full water cool loop, all that sort of stuff. So what we're interested in what we can do with this puppy, because I've never ran a all-in-one cooled graphics card before. And it should be very close to actually using a water cooler. Maybe not as much because you don't have the full loop and everything. But also it's a 3080. So that should, like, its starting point is faster than a 2080 Ti significantly. It's also newer gen DSR, newer gen ray tracing. So like it should be better at using Call of Duty's DSR tech. Like it should be less of a load on the system, you'd think, because it's the newer. There's more AI bits in there that do the beep booping. You know. So, and what were you getting with like my recommended settings in COD? Like not a playable frame rate.
No, it was like, can't remember.
Because right now he's running his dream monitor. Like he got his entire setup figured out. Yeah. Assuming we could get one of those.
Yeah, this was the piece. Like,
and we thought we could, because like it's never been in the past. Like, oh yeah, you can't just get
upgraded the power.
Especially a FTW3 3080 hybrid. Like those aren't like ones that people would like, oh yeah, everybody's just buying FTW3 2080 Ti hybrid or something like. No, it's a niche card. Yep. Or like it'd be like buying an ITX card and all the ITX cards are sold out. That doesn't happen. Like there aren't enough people. So yeah, I'm really interested in like, because I already know that, say Call of Duty with my settings, I'm running 120, sometimes above 144 FPS in COD. I'm wondering what that thing will do. Should just slay the frames. Like maybe he'll actually be able to turn on RTX. Like I could, but
hey, I was able to turn it on. I did get it on the 1080, but I don't know if it.
You also got HDR on somehow.
Yeah.
Just magically let him suddenly.
Yeah. Weird.
So before the camera finishes overheating, which maybe it needs a hybrid cooler. Just a little tiny camera with a 240 360 mil rad on it. Yep. But yeah, one more look around this beast.
We should probably see if there's any. I think there's a couple other things in the box.
Do we
there should be like an EVGA badge. There's washers and screws to attach. Oh, we could have tried to just use these instead of.
We could probably use those on the front.
Yeah.
To go on the rad.
Yeah.
Those look smaller profile than what I had in mind. Yeah. That's empty.
And then
there's just a Velcro tie.
Velcro ties. There's a case badge that I'm not going to use.
Do people still use these?
I don't know. They sell them, I think, on their website.
Are we back to hip for case badges? Because I remember my original build in Antec 900, you'd line them up on the front. You remember that?
This will go on the case when we finally decide to put all the Razer stickers and.
We'll add it to the. I got a pile over here.
Just add it to the pile of stickers.
Yeah, that's a small. By the way, guys, this is the pile that has to go up to the pile. Like, Squares has seen the pile. It's like a whole shelf.
Pretty sure we have a pile.
Important notice. For best performance and acoustics, put radiator.
Yeah, it's that pile essentially. So it's way bigger now.
Above the bottom of the graphics card.
What?
Put the radiator above. Don't put radiator below.
Yeah. They're probably saying for wear purposes.
Yeah.
Because if air...
It will work, but it'll be loud and be hard on.
Ours are going to be... What you really want is tubes down.
Yeah.
And with... we have a computer. It's placed the wrong way, though.
Yeah.
That is a computer. It's in a Corsair 350D. Classical case.
Ignore the carpet.
Yeah, it's definitely normally always there. No, guys, this is where we set up computers. I killed it.
Mid sentence.
Well,
Mid word.
Dude, the focus is the shoot button. I don't know. Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
But yeah, down there.
I promise this never happens.
So what? Let's see if we can get. So this will be like that.
Yeah. And then the top of the case is the floor.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Makes sense.
So there you go.
Uh-huh.
Makes sense.
It's gonna be like that, except like they're gonna be kissing
Yeah.
the whole time.
Very touched. Very close to
Is that
it.
how you want it, basically? So the water is always at the top, basically, the air bubbles?
Yeah. You want tubes down.
So it should be at the top of the
You can't always do that though with a standard AIO because if you mount if it reaches or whatnot,
Yeah.
we're in a micro ATX case, it'll reach.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to the front, which is literally that far away from the back of the car. So, yeah, this even though it's not my card, dude, I'm excited for him.
Yeah.
Because this will finish his build. When is the last time that's been finished?
I don't think it's ever been.
The first time?
Finished. Okay, yeah, when it had the... I think you could probably have called it finished with the, was it SLI 960s?
Yep.
That was probably the finished, and then like 3 weeks later, or not 3, a couple months later, I ended up upgrading, CPU or RAM or something like that.
No, it's 1080, I thought.
It's possible, I can't remember. There's been so many iterations, it's kind of just like...
But yeah, we finally hit the point where once you removed one bottleneck, you would just hit another.
Yeah.
So Preston was like, "Fucking time,"
Yep.
because he was on 4th gen
I was still
i7.
I was on the
7.
Sabertooth.
Griffin. That's the smaller Sabertooth. Yeah. So Griffin. What is that? Z67, I think.
Is that mainstream platform?
No, Z87.
Yeah.
The 87.
Yeah.
Yeah, Z87 mainstream. Yep. With 32 gigs of RAM, most we could chuck in there.
I think that originally started with an i5, I think.
Yep. And you bought the i7
I bought
off
one
me.
off of you, and then you put that in, was it Alienware?
Yeah.
I think.
It's moved around a lot, guys.
Shuffled, yeah.
But yeah, this is probably since those the initial build, the 760.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, we added your Noctuas later.
Mm-hmm.
Because you were like, dude, this is too loud. Like, he had a system for me that didn't have Noctuas, but good fans.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, wow, this is loud. That was compared to, like, dry bones. Like, the thing we literally threw together in, like... Turns out I have good extra parts.
A big graphics card. Yeah.
Alright, guys. Well,
We're back.
we're back. I managed to let it overheat too much, and it shut off. So, we're going to get to starting the mods. I probably look pretty awesome with this light in my face. It's very bright.
Spooky.
Once again, though, it picks Preston. I'm not a human. It does the same thing with Squares.
Ghost.
I don't know what to tell you.
Let's see if it picks him up right away. And no, because you're behind the light.
Blinding everybody in the...
Yep. But yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let us know what you think about this thing. If you're salty that we got one, get wrecked. Right? I mean, like, what else at this point?
Yeah.
We went through it. This is, what did you say? Scam...
Oh, it's scalper free. Hashtag scalper free.
Scalper free.
Nice.
You know?
Non-bot farmed.
Yep. This is about as legit as probably the only legit way now you can get.
Yeah, unless you are looking to spend these stupid amounts, which don't do that.
Yeah, don't just don't. Go, like, you could probably buy a pre-built with one in for the same cost.
Yeah, same price.
There you go. You got ideas, guys.
Yeah.
And as we're on our way out, I will give you another look around this. And remember, this is the hybrid. This is the smaller one.
Mm-hmm.
Smaller.
Yeah.
Ignoring that giant radiator. But
Yeah.
But,
Here, I'll give it a flip too quick.
all right.
So we can quick
Action
see.
shot. Okay.
And the back plate.
It's actually a pretty sick looking backplate, but minus that red line there.
Like, I think if you knew that it had a red line going into it and you were building the computer around that with little subtle red accents, would look cool. But I don't have any red in my case, so...
And Noctua and red does not go well together.
I mean, Noctua and a lot of things don't go well together, but...
Noctua and black goes together great.
Okay, fine, but... Silver and white. Okay.
Yeah, that goes together fine too.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's just red.
Yeah.
It's like the Noctua like had like a wound.
Yeah.
Like...
Well,
guys, we'll check it up. We will have future videos probably with this both being put in, probably from a live stream form. You won't see that though because it's much later, but you will see the live stream later on. You can rewatch it. And then we'll probably have follow-up videos of just like how badass this motherfucker is. Just like, and we hold the entire case up with the card.
Probably. Probably. All right.
All right. Well, we'll see ya